Welcome to a new Team CGC 9.8 video. Today I have 3 underfollowed 9.8 comics you should be buying. So the first one, it's a Catwoman number 89 in a 9.8. This one is, pretty underfollowed, but it's the first time you get Poison Ivy, Catwoman, and Harley Quinn teaming up together. So it's kind of like the first Gotham City Sirens prototype, I guess you could say. And, you know, myself being a pretty big Batman fan, this is kind of a cool one. That, admittedly, like, it's very underfollowed, I think. I didn't really kind of discover this one until about 2 months ago, I would say. And it's quite a few years before, like, Gotham City Sirens number 1, you know, comes out. So I think this is a really cool one. There's 36 9.8s in a blue label, a 1 of 36. Not too many of them out there. You might, you know, maybe want to grab some nice raw copies on this one. But there actually is a 9.8 on eBay right now for a pretty decent price. It's 72% is the 9.8 ratio. So the one on eBay right now is $135 US. I think you're patient on this one. Maybe you can get it in the kind of $90 range. You know, you get lucky in an auction, you get it a little bit under $100. It is really, you know, underfollowed, but to be honest, kind of want this one. And if that 135 had better shipping to Canada, I probably would have maybe grabbed that one. I think 135 is a decent price. There's another one on eBay as well that I think is like $225 or like $250 or best offer. So, you know, some people out there trying to get a lot more than just a little bit over 100. But the fair value right around 100, I think, is a great one. You know, a great value, because if they ever came out with like a Gotham City Sirens thing, I see probably that number 1 Gotham City Sirens issue being about 200 in that environment. And then this one would probably be about 300, I think, being kind of the tougher one and, you know, a bit of a prototype that predates the Gotham City Sirens number 1. So right around $100, it's just a cool one right now. A Catwoman number 89. Not too many, though, so, you know, maybe consider that one in the raw. Look for some raw copies out there. That would be great. Okay, next one. A really interesting one. It's a Spawn Director's Cut number 1. I really like the Kickstarter edition A. It's like the cover A, I guess, for this Spawn Director's Cut. This one just came out like not too long ago. It was like a Kickstarter for some of the action figures that McFarlane was doing at this time. But love the eye appeal of this cover, and it's, you know, it's become a cool 9.8 where people are really kind of paying up for this one. Yeah, McFarlane fans are liking this one, and yeah, I'm liking it as well. Yeah, 35 9.8s in the Universal Blue label. There's quite a few yellow label signature series ones of this one with McFarlane, you know, doing the signings quite often. 54.7%, the 9.8 ratio. I'm pretty sure this one, I was trying to do a little research, trying to find maybe a print run on this one, but I wasn't. I think it is going to be pretty low printed. There's only 35 in the blue label. So you're seeing people pay right around $400 for this one. I think there's one for like 5 something or best offer on eBay. There's 1 or 2 of those on eBay. So maybe if you like this one, you throw in an offer for kind of, I saw these sell for sort of $350 to $400 in that range. So, you know, if you really like this one, it's such a great McFarlane cover, and it's a new one, but just being a McFarlane and Spawn fan, I kind of want this one, but pretty expensive in a 9.8. Maybe you go the raw route on that one if, you know, your budget's not that high, but a really cool, eye-appealing modern Spawn comic book to consider. And last one, it's a Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse number 1. The 1 for 10 variant, though, of this one is really kind of catching a buck. It was just kind of surprised at, you know, how much this went for. And I know this one's kind of a hot one with the Across the Spider-Verse, you know, movie teasers and all that had come out a couple months ago. A lot of these Miles Morales books got pretty hot. But Ultimate Fallout 4 is just cooling down a bit, so maybe this one's kind of, you can get a kind of cooling down price near the lower end of a fair value. But in this 1 for 10 variant, a cool kind of animated Miles Morales cover. Seems like Miles Morales fans are going after this one. 131 9.8s in the blue label. 69.7%, the 9.8 ratio. And I saw one sell for $350 and another one for $431. So, you know, it seems like kind of Ultimate Fallout 4 is cooling down just a little bit. Maybe you see this one pop up, you can get it closer to the sort of 300 to 350 range. I think might be doable, and a bit of a lull, because yeah, this one isn't really like a key issue or anything. I don't believe there's any first appearances. It's just one of these early Spider-Verse books, and it's a variant and a cool eye appeal. I do like the cover as well, so I could see why Miles fans are going after this one. And some of these Miles books, where they're really loved, they're just a lot more expensive than a lot of other modern comic books. But that's kind of how Spider-Man is. Yeah, some of these Spider-Man books, especially some of these Miles Morales books, end up going for quite a lot of money for modern comic books. But Into the Spider-Verse #1, the variant 1 for 10 variant is a cool one to think about if you're a Miles fan. All right, we'll leave it at that. Just 3 quick ones that were like right off of my radar a couple months ago, and I just had pretty much stumbled on these in the last few months, and so pretty underfollowed, but cool ones to consider nonetheless. All right, thanks so much for watching, team. I will see you on the next one. If you're liking my content, please subscribe and hit that bell, and I'll keep you updated on future videos.